Good afternoon, students. How are you? Did you finish the history lesson? So, okay. Today we are going to start the new revision from the new lesson geography. Okay. Interior of the earth. So, already we had seen that. So, what are the three layers of the earth? The crust, the mantle, and the core. Okay. What are the three layers of the earth? The crust, the mantle, and the core. Okay. The crust, the mantle, and the core. So what is meant by the crust? The crust means the outermost layer of the earth, and its thickness vary from 5 to 30 kilometer. The outermost layer of the earth and its thickness vary from 5 to 30 kilometer. So there are two kinds of crust. One is a continental crust and another one is a oceanic crust. Okay. So what are the parts of the crust? Sial and Sima. Okay. Sial and Sima. Why it is called a sial? Sial means it's the combination of silica and aluminium. Sima means it's the combination of silica and the magnesium. Okay. So what is meant by the crust? The crust is the outermost layer of the earth and its thickness vary from 5 to 30 kilometer. So what are the types of crust? There are two types of crust, that is the continental crust and the oceanic crust. And Sial and Sima is the part of the crust. Sial means it's a silica and aluminium. Sima means it's a silica and the magnesium. Okay. The mantle layer. The next layer beneath the crust is called as the mantle. The next layer beneath the crust is called as the mantle. So the mantle is separated by the border is called as the Mohorovic discontinuity. Moreover, its thickness is vary from 70 to 2900 kilometer. So here also there are two parts of the mantle is there. One is the upper mantle and another one is the lower mantle. Okay. So mantle means the next layer beneath the crust is called as the mantle. Moreover, it is separated by the boundary from the crust is called as the Mohorovic discontinuity. And its thickness is vary from 2900 kilometer. Okay, there are two parts of mantle. One is the upper mantle and another one is the lower mantle. Okay, and the core, the innermost layer of the earth, the very innermost layer of the earth is called as the core. So it is also otherwise called as the barysphere. It is separated by a border called as the Weizsäcker-Gutenberg discontinuity. Okay ma. So what is meant by the core? The very innermost layer of the earth is called as the core. It is separated, it is otherwise called as the barysphere, and it is separated by a border from the mantle is called as the Weizsäcker-Gutenberg discontinuity. So the parts of core is divided into the outer core and the inner core. Okay, see the picture, layers of the earth. The outer layer of the earth is called as the crust. The second layer of the earth is called as the mantle. The third, that is the very innermost layer of the earth, is called as the core. So the core is separated by the outer core and the inner core. Okay. So the crust, the mantle and the core has finished. So after that we are going to see about earthquake. Okay. So what is meant by earthquake? A sudden movement of a portion of the earth crust which produces a shaking or trembling is known as the earthquake. Okay. What is meant by earthquake? A sudden movement of a portion of the earth crust which produces a shaking or trembling is known as the earthquake. Okay. So what is meant by earthquake? Say at the time. A sudden movement of a portion of the earth crust which produces a shaking or trembling is known as the earthquake. So what is meant by seismograph? The earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument known as the seismograph. the earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument is known as the seismograph. What is meant by Richter scale? The magnitude of an earthquake is measured by the Richter scale. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured by an instrument known as the Richter scale. Okay, ma. So, what is meant by earthquake? A sudden movement of a portion of the earth crust which produces a shaking or trembling is known as the earthquake. Seismograph means the earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument known as the seismograph. Okay, the magnitude of an earthquake is measured by the instrument known as the Richter scale. Okay, see here the focus and the epicenter of the earthquake. The point within the earth where rock under stress break is called the focus. So simply if we need to stay means what is it? Focus is the starting point. The origin of earthquake is called as the focus. Starting point is called as the focus. So it directly move above the focus on the surface and this point is called the epicenter. Okay, and after it hitting the epicenter, the earthquake waves are recorded and vibrated in the format. Okay, that is called as the earthquake waves. Okay, that is called as the seismic waves. That is called as the seismic waves. Okay, so what is meant by focus? The origin of earthquake or the point which starts the earthquake is called as the focus. Okay, and the point directly above the focus on the surface is called as the epicenter. So where the vibrations is migrated and spreaded over the area, it is called as the seismic waves. The earthquake vibrations travel in different regions, directions. It is called as the seismic waves. Distribution of earthquake, world distribution of earthquake, we call it as a, what is? We call it as a Pacific ring of fire, Pacific ring of fire. Okay, moreover, in the Pacific ring of fire, this Pacific belt only, the risk of volcanoes will be caused here and it spread over the more damages in this Pacific ring of fire. Okay. So I said the world distribution of earthquake coincide very closely with that of the volcanic regions. Okay, so moreover this everything is the seismic zones. Moreover, if we are having mostly of the volcanic zones areas is there. Okay, so Pacific areas with the sea epicenters, the most frequent occurrence, it's called as the Pacific ring of fire. Okay, and volcanoes, volcano is a vent or an opening in the earth crust through which the hot magma erupt from the deep below the surface. Okay, volcano is a vent or an opening in the earth crust which hot magma erupt from the deep below the surface. Okay, so here what is the magma? What is the magma, ma? The molten rock material within this earth together with the gases, it is called as the magma. We call it as a magma chamber. Okay, lava means after it rises to the surface, it is called as the lava flow. Okay, vent means, vent is the vent. What is meant by vent? It's an opening or a mouth of the volcano. Okay, opening or a mouth of the volcano. Okay, so after it eruptions, it's caused a funnel shaped depression. Okay, while it is going to erupt, what happened? This will be caused a funnel shaped depression here. So that depression we called it as a crater. So after erupting, moreover this place will be get damaged, and moreover it's changed, the shape is changed as a great size like a basin. Okay, so that basin shape mouth is called as a calderia. Okay, ma. So what is volcano? A volcano is a vent or an opening in the earth crust through which the hot magma erupts from the deep below the surface. Okay. So what are the types of volcano according to the basis of shapes? Shield volcano, cinder cone volcano, composite volcano. Okay, so types of volcano on the basis of shape: shield volcano, cinder cone volcano, composite volcano. Okay, so here shield volcano is formed by the quiet eruption of lava, and it moreover it have a wide base and a cone with the gentle slopes. Okay, so example is Hawaii Island. Okay, ma. Cinder cone volcano means the steep slopes are made up of cinder and ash. That means the vent. Okay, the vent will be made up of steep slopes are made up of cinder and ash. Moreover, it erupts large flows of running lava. Okay, so example volcanoes of Mexico and Central America. Okay, ma. Composite volcano, the alternative layers of lava, cinder and ash. So I already told you, is it no? It's a very large type of volcano. Moreover, the both sides it have the layers, so many of the layers. Moreover, the vent lava will be flow through all of the alternative layers. Okay, so composite volcano means the alternative layers of lava, cinder and ash. Okay, so it is also called as the stratovolcano. It is also called as the stratovolcano. For example, we can say St. Helens. Okay, so shield volcano, cinder cone volcano, composite volcano. Okay, so what are the types of volcanoes according to their periodicity of eruptions? Okay, so types of volcano according to the periodicity of eruptions. First one is active volcano, second one is dormant volcano, third one is extinct volcano. So active volcano is always in the active conditions only. See that volcanoes that erupt frequently are called the active volcano. Example, Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Dormant volcano, volcanoes have no sign of activity but erupt suddenly. So what is the other name of dormant volcano? What is it? It is otherwise called as the sleeping volcano. Okay, volcanoes having no sign of activity but it will be erupted suddenly. So it is also called as the sleeping volcano. See the active volcanoes, volcanoes that erupt frequently are called active volcano. So again one word is here, is it no? So what is it, one word? So which is called the lighthouse. That means Stromboli volcano is called as the lighthouse of Mediterranean Sea. Okay, that is a full active volcano. So that we call it as a lighthouse of Mediterranean Sea. Which volcano? Stromboli volcano. Okay, and dormant volcano we seen. Extinct volcano. So it is a dead volcano. Hereafter it won't erupt. Hereafter it won't erupt. Already it's in a dead condition. Okay, so before millions of years ago or billion of years ago, moreover it will be in an active volcano. So after that, moreover it is a dead volcano. Okay, extinct volcanoes are called as a dead volcanoes. For example, Mount Kenya of Africa. Okay, ma. So what is the type of volcano on the basis of shape? Shield volcano, cinder cone volcano, composite volcano. And what is the volcano according to the type of volcanoes? Periodicity of eruptions, active volcano, dormant volcano, extinct volcanoes. Okay. See here, distribution of volcanoes in the world. That means the Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, so mostly there are three major zones of volcanic activity: the circum-Pacific belt, the mid-continental belt, the mid-Atlantic belt. Okay, there are three major zones of volcanic activities. One is the circum-Pacific belt, the mid-continental belt and the mid-Atlantic belt. Okay, these are the circum-Pacific belt is a very risky area. Moreover, 70% of the volcanoes will be occurred in that area. Okay, so it's a very seismic area. Okay, the mid-continental belt, moreover the 20% will be occurred in here, and moreover it causes it is not a risky volcanic area. Moreover, it gives the very less destructions. Okay, and the mid-Atlantic belt, only the 10% of volcanic activity will be happened, but now it's everything is a dead volcano. Okay, so there is no chances for the volcanic eruptions. Okay. Okay, so we had seen the revision through the moreover all the parts of the lessons, is it no? So okay, the previous week we had seen the evaluation and the question and answer. Okay, just study well. All the best of your for your test. Okay, ma. Okay, thank you. Write your test well. Thank you, ma.